Can modern Greek contribute to our understanding of New Testament Greek? To answer this question, let's begin by examining two Greek verbs, ἀπολαμβάνω and απολαύω. The main meaning of ἀπολαμβάνω means to receive, though it can have other meanings such as to take aside or lead away, and we see that meaning in Mark 7:33. But the main meaning is to receive. Here we see a list of verses in the New Testament where the verb ἀπολαμβάνω is found. And this is taken from Bill Mounce's website. The other verb we are examining is απολαύω, and it means to take delight in or to enjoy. It isn't found in the New Testament, but it is found in the Septuagint, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 7, verse 18, and also in the apocryphal book for Maccabees. However, the noun απολαύσεις, which is related to the verb απολαύω, is found in the New Testament as well as the Septuagint. The information shown here is from the book The Development of Greek and the New Testament, Morphology, Syntax, Phonology and Textual Transmission by Chrysostomos C. Caragounis. Chrysostomos is his first name, not Christos. Chrys is short for Chrysostomos. We see the two verbs together, ἀπολαμβάνω and απολαύω, with some of their conjugations. They closely resemble each other, and over the centuries they became interchangeable and their meanings merged. In modern Greek, the primary meaning of απολαμβάνω has come to mean to enjoy, and απολαύω has come to mean to gain, but it still retains the meaning of to enjoy. So, what is the modern Greek for receive? Well, it is λαμβάνω. Just remove the abo from it and say λαμβάνω. Now let us examine Luke chapter 16 and verse 25. Είπε δε Αβραάμ, τέκνον, μνήσθητη ότι απέλαβες σύ τα αγαθά σου εν τη ζωή σου και Λάζαρος ομοίως τα κακά. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivedst thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. A modern Greek translation, published in 1638, translates the word απέλαβες, received, with the Greek word απόλαυσες, which means enjoyed. And Abraham said, O my child, remember that you enjoyed your good things in your life, and Lazarus likewise the bad things. A more recent modern Greek translation, published in 1994, again uses the verb απόλαυσες, to enjoy, rather than a verb to mean receive. Και ο Αβραάμ είπε, παιδί μου, θυμήσου ότι απόλαυσες τα αγαθά σου στη ζωή σου και ο Λάζαρος παρόμοια τα κακά. In the first century, ἀπολαμβάνω meant to receive. Is there any evidence that it could also mean enjoy? Caragounis cites many works going from the 16th century down to the 1st century. In these examples, it makes more sense to translate the verb ἀπολαμβάνω as enjoy rather than receive. Caragounis concludes that Luke used the verb απολαμβάνω in chapter 16 verse 25 to mean enjoy rather than receive. Caragounis writes the following on pages 288 and 89. With regard to Luke 16:25, the following considerations speak for the proposed meaning. 1. The rich man is placed on the scene not merely by the bald statement that he was rich, but by means of describing his manner of life. He was dressed in purple and fine linen, that is, clothing associated with kings, and he enjoyed a sumptuous and luxurious life. 16:19 ενεδιδίσκετο πορφύραν και βίσσον εφρενόμενος κάθε μέρα λαμπρός. In other words, Luke concentrates upon the rich man's enjoyment of life rather than merely upon stating the fact of his being rich. 2. The rich man's enjoyment of life is contrasted with the miserable life led by Lazarus. He lay ευέβλητο at the gate. He had sores. He longed to fill his belly with what fell off the rich man's table, that is, what dogs usually picked up. Compare the doggies of Matthew 15:26. And the dogs licked his sores, 16:20 and following. 3. Lazarus being taken into Abraham's lap signifies everlasting enjoyment and comfort, which contrasts with his previous experience of misery at the rich man's gate, 16:22. 4. Correspondingly, the rich man is in torment in Hades, 16:23, or as St. Chrysostomos expressed it, he was being fried, 16:24. This underscores the reversal of fates of the two men and emphasizes their enjoyment or experience, positively and negatively. 5. Finally, when Abraham says to the rich man, «Νίσθητη ότι απέλαβες τα αγαθά σου εν τη ζωή σου και ο Λάζαρος ομοίως τα κακά», 16:25, he draws a contrast not between the facts of riches and poverty of the rich man and Lazarus respectively, but emphasizes in the clearest possible manner what each enjoyed, in quotation marks, or experienced in this life. That is, the rich man enjoyed his good fortune, whereas Lazarus enjoyed, in quotation marks, that is, suffered in his misfortune. We should not fail to detect the play intended by exploiting the double meaning, positive and negative, of this word. We see here again the list of verses in the New Testament where we find the verb ἀπολαμβάνω. Do you think that we could legitimately employ the word enjoy in any of these verses? Chapter 5 of this book contains many examples in which modern Greek can shed some light on the New Testament because current meanings of words can be traced back to the 1st century. Caution: we need to be careful. There are words which have changed so much that their current meanings would lead to confusion. For example, astios in today's Greek means funny. Alogon means horse, and the plural aloga, horses. Ta mora means babies or children, whereas in New Testament Greek it means foolish things.